Hello everyone, welcome back. I am filming in a different location today and with a different camera and with a different mic. So if this seems a little bit off from usual, that is why. I thought I would take you through a flip through of my May hobonichi. I had a bunch of fun days in May, so there's like a lot here. So let's just get right into it. On this first page, I wanted to use these brown bear stickers, so I figured I would use like a brown marker. I didn't end up loving the end result, but it's fine. These stickers are really cute. I've had them for quite a while. I think I got them in my AliExpress haul like 2 years ago, and I never use them, so I was like, it's beyond time, I just have to use it. These are both from the antiquarian sticker book that I have. I said in a previous video, I'm trying to use like all of it up just because I think it would be a fun kind of project to use every single sticker. So I'm always looking for stickers to use from that. On this day, I woke up to a text from my friend whose thesis film I had edited, and it was a review of the film basically at a local film festival, and they gave a shout out to the editing, which I thought was really cool because that had been my job on the film. Sometimes I really just don't have a ton to say about a day, so I'll just focus on one event. Truly nothing else of note happened on this day, so I just like put the quote in from the review because I thought that was really nice. These are more stickers from the old AliExpress haul, these little like space ones. I just ended up buying so many of them because I didn't realize how many were in the package, and now I have hundreds of these little stickers, and it's just like I'm constantly trying to work them into a spread because I don't know what else to do with them. On Friday, I just talked a little bit about my Sunrise on the Reaping video because it like didn't really do super well, which is fine, but I do want to start incorporating more like reading style vlogs into my stuff. So I want to make sure that like I'm able to kind of do those videos when I need to or want to. So I'm gonna try to like implement an 80-20 rule for like the content that I put out. So just kind of like technical like thoughts on the channel. And then on this day, I went to an omakase restaurant with my boyfriend, which was super great. And then I also talked a little bit about the next day because you'll see on the next page, I kind of like messed up the timing. So this was a Saturday and Sunday page. And this star means that I had something else to write about in this entry that I couldn't fit on this page, so I wrote about it in my day-free hobonichi. So this was actually May 3rd, but after midnight, we went to a bar downtown to meet up with some friends. We didn't even end up going to this bar. I wrote that down because that was like our original plan, and I had forgotten that we didn't even get in because the line was so long, and I don't even know the name of the bar we actually ended up at. It was like down the block, but this is like a super busy bar, so there was no way. Next day, Cinco de Mayo, we went to a restaurant that we love, had some margs, and then after dinner, my boyfriend and I went to go see Sinners. I had already seen it, he had not seen it, so it was my responsibility to make sure that he saw it. This is a sticker that I believe my friend gave me a few years ago from her Sticky Club subscription. I used to have a subscription for that, like I think almost during COVID, but this was from hers, not mine. But it's just been like sitting on my desk for years, so I finally used it. These are also from that old AliExpress haul. I think I got this washi tape pretty recently when I was in Seoul, so this is new. This is like 3 years old, and then this is like 4 years old, so a lot going on here. On this day, my roommate did my nails. I still have them on. I've actually glued some of them back on, so they're like all at different lengths. I need to get them redone, but they've held up really well considering how long ago this was. And on this day, I ended up buying my DJI, which is the camera I'm filming this on, so very full circle. It was completely sold out everywhere near me. This is like right as the tariffs were hitting, but I was able to get it at the original price because the Costco near my parents still had it in stock. So that's the only reason I was able to get it. I had been wanting it for a few years, and I almost bought one on Black Friday last year and then didn't do it and really regretted it when I saw the new price. So I just went for it this time, and I'm really enjoying it. This is kind of like a test run for me. On the 8th, I finished the audiobook of The Golden Spoon. The Golden Spoon is basically like if a murder happened during the filming of The Great British Bake Off, and it was also American. It was a really enjoyable plot to me. It's kind of like a perfect combo of what I like in a murder mystery book, but I'm gonna come back to that one later because I want to do like a recent read video and go into what I've been reading recently, so not going like super in depth, but I enjoyed it. It was for my book club. On the 9th, I bought tickets to see a band I really like with my friend. This is being like my 4th time seeing them, I think. I'll be seeing them in December. I have literally had a sticker from this band floating around in my room for years that of course I couldn't find to finally use in this journal spread, so I just used another sticker that I needed to use. Very classic. The 10th was the aforementioned book club. We met up in Bryant Park. We couldn't go onto the grass because it had just rained, so they had it roped off, but we just sat like on one of the tables nearby. It was like baked goods themed, so we all brought like a baked good and we talked about the book. And here I have this star, which means I wrote extra for this day. I don't even remember what I wrote, but whatever. And then on Sunday, my roommate's friend from home visited the city, so he like took him all over the place to all of our favorite spots. And it was a really nice day. It was like perfect weather, so it was really fun. And this again is the washi tape that I got from Seoul. I love the pink and green combo. That's like a really common combination that I'll do in my journal. Monday was a pretty normal work day. Just had a lot to do between my full-time job and my freelance job. I watched this documentary with my roommate and it was so bizarre. I'm not like big into documentary series. I would much rather they were just like one movie, but I think this one was pretty good. Definitely like kind of disturbing to witness the control that goes into like a kid influencer. Who knew? I think we're gonna start to see a lot more content like this as these kids grow up and are able to like kind of voice their own opinion on what happened to them. So very interesting watch. On Tuesday, I downloaded this little productivity game. It's more like a tracker from Steam. It was on sale and it literally is like a Pomodoro timer or like a to-do list tracker, but you get to like decorate like a little room and they have these little spirits in there. I had so much work to do on Tuesday, so that's like when I was like, well, let me just like get this and see how it works. And it also has like lo-fi music on it, so it was a pretty good productivity aid actually. On this day, I didn't put a picture in because I already put in this tea bag. Also, this is like an actual tea bag. Very often I will just like take the tea bag that I use that day and stick it right in. So I didn't have spot to put in the poster of the documentary we watched, but we watched Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter. It was so good. That was like truly one of the better true crime documentaries I've seen recently. I even like hesitate to call it that because I feel like the genre of true crime has gotten kind of grotesque in a way. And I think that this documentary was like very respectful and succinct. I didn't feel like it was as bloated as like a lot of these documentary series is. So definitely highly recommend. And then I also posted my Sinner spread. I was kind of like on a roll in May. Then on Thursday night, my friends and I went out in K-Town. It was very fun. This is a bar that we like down there. I voted for karaoke after, but I got outvoted. We ended up going to like a billiards place, so I stayed for like 20 minutes and I was like, I'm going home. But first bar's great. The next day, I had like made my roommates watch the first How to Train Your Dragon with me like a week prior, and finally I was like, oh, we should watch the second one. And then they enjoyed it so much, I was like, it's so crazy, like it's only 9 p.m. We could definitely just finish the series. And we did, and they both loved it, which I knew that they would. I have a pretty good grasp, I think, now on the movies that my roommates like. So I knew that this one was gonna go over big. I used like a non-US poster for this one. I didn't like the American poster for the third movie. I think this is the Chinese poster from the release, so I thought that was a bit more interesting than the US one. On Saturday, I went to a housewarming. They have a rooftop at their apartment, so the party was mostly up there, which was very cool. And then afterwards, my boyfriend and I went to this speakeasy that is not called Time. I think the bar on top is called Time, and then the speakeasy is called something else, or maybe it's reversed, I don't even know, but this is the business card at the front desk. And then we also went to Sugarfish after. We are huge proponents of Sugarfish. I know some people don't like it. Like, I feel like if people who are more educated about like a true omakase don't like it, but I think for the common average man, Sugarfish is a good time. On the 18th, my friend Emily came over to teach us how to play Wingspan. She loves Wingspan, and I got the physical game for my birthday in January, so She came over to teach us. It was like way too complicated for us to learn on our own, so I'm glad that she came over. Now that like I know how it works, it makes a lot more sense. But oh my gosh, like if you don't have someone there who knows how to play, like how did anyone ever learn this game when it first came out? Anyway, it was very fun. I won. This was a big deal. I also bought a Yumiko leotard earlier in the day because I was about to take my 100th ballet class, so it was very exciting. On Monday, I finished this book, Fair Play. I did not like it. I listened to it as an audiobook, and at first I was really enjoying it, but it just didn't work. I want to do the recent reads video, so I won't get too into it, but it deserved this 1 star. This is the one situation where this star doesn't mean I had more to say. It's 1 out of 5. Like, it was really bad, so. Oof. This is like a classic page when I don't really plan anything out and I don't have anything specific to say about it. Like, it's a very basic day. They cast Elle Fanning in Sunrise on the Reaping this day, so I like put in this book cover, like an alternative, like special edition hardcover. The printer kind of like blew it out, but whatever. But yeah, very normal handwriting, me messing up spelling multiple times, very classic. The next day, my roommate and I had been watching Adolescence together. She had gone home. I ended up finishing the series alone, and I didn't love it. I really liked the first 2 episodes, but I mean, don't read this if you don't want spoilers. Essentially, like, I missed a very important detail in the first episode that would have informed my viewing of the rest of the series. And because we just have a very small TV and I should wear my glasses when I watch TV, I missed something that was so important that it kind of like wrecked the rest of the series for me. So do with that information what you will. But I think if I had known that, it would have been great. It was on me, outside of my mistake. Like, it was a great show. So don't take my experiences as it being bad. So this was the day I had my 100th ballet class. It was so exciting. I never thought I would get to a point where I had taken 100 ballet classes, and I'd kind of been thinking for a while that I would want to finally buy a Yumiko leotard when I did. So I got to wear this for that class. It was perfect. I'm gonna look up the model and like make like whatever the style is of this leotard, because I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it was one that I'd wanted for a while with like a cap sleeve design. Just Amazon Prime truck can definitely see me doing this in the window. Okay, doesn't matter. I don't live here, so I'll never see him again. And then this next day, we did a double feature screening. Me and my one roommate watched Hell House 3, because we heard that 2 was bad, so we watched 3. And then we got scared, so then we watched Tangled. And I just thought this was funny because the design of the poster is actually kind of similar with the 2 eyes, and like, do you see what I'm saying? Like the 2 people facing out, 2 people facing in, and it's like a close-up of the eyes. It's like framed exactly the same. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, I just thought that was funny, so that's how I set up the posters. On Saturday, I spent a lot of time filming for the Korea video that I posted. Here, I was like saying like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it done in time. And I definitely didn't, considering I then missed it by like 2 weeks, but it's okay, we got it out, it's fine. And then on the following Sunday, I like told my boyfriend that I wanted to walk 10K steps because it had been a while, so that's what we did. I'm gluten-free, so we hit up 2 like gluten-free staples, one on the Upper East Side, one on the Upper West Side. No Glue is kind of like a bakery coffee pastry place. We split a sandwich and it was pretty good. I would go back. Reedman's, we went to on the Upper West Side. It was like super dead. We went in there at like 3 or 4 by accident, but I had their gluten-free fried chicken and waffles, and they were really good. And we also got pot stickers. I can never have pot stickers, so that was super exciting. I'm at 30%, gotta wrap it up. This is probably my favorite spread from this month. I just think it's really cute. On Memorial Day, my friend came into the city. She was getting her tattoo touched up in Greenpoint, so I went out there to meet her. Again, another gluten-free staple, Salsa Pizza in Greenpoint. I think it's technically called Salsa Restaurant, but Salsa Restaurant in Greenpoint has the best gluten-free pizza crust ever. Seriously, 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 this is like the best GF crust I've ever had because I like thick crust pizza. I know a lot of people like thin crust, and most gluten-free crust is pretty thin. This actually tastes like real pizza crust. It's so amazing. I'm already counting down the days until I can go back. And we also went to this really cute coffee shop here called Flower Cat. This was like, I cut these out of their business card. I just thought those were super cute. On the following day, I was back at work, but it was kind of slow because everyone had off on Monday. So I worked for hours on this whole video. This is a day I did all the writing. It was brutal. I will never do that again, hopefully. It felt like I was lifting weights with my hand the whole day. I'm so relieved that I got it done, but it literally was just 4 hours of nonstop writing. Like it was pretty brutal. So I'm really glad that that video is doing well because, oh my God, the amount of literal blood, sweat, tears that went into it, I did not expect to have to do at the beginning. The next day I was still working on the Korea video. I had printed out like all the pictures I needed. Measuring out all the pictures takes so much longer than I expect every single time. And for that I had like, God, 50 pictures, I don't even know. So that is kind of what I did all day. And this is again using like different washi that I got in Seoul. On Thursday, my boyfriend and I went back to another omakase place that we like. This is like this is actually the a la carte. So I don't think this is what they give you, or maybe it is. You know what? These are actually the courses they give you. This is just the a la carte price if you want to get an extra one of those rolls after the main omakase is done. I always get an extra hand roll. I don't know why, but I just love hand rolls. And actually my boyfriend's friend who we went with, he suggested this like hand roll only place we should go to, which coincidentally, I think is run by the same team that does Sugarfish, so that tracks. But yeah, this was super good. It's definitely like a more genuine omakase place. Not that I've done that much omakase. I've gone like 4 or 5 times, but yeah, very good. They have a few locations, I believe. These were the last 2 days. I'm sorry about the window pane. I hope the stripe isn't too annoying. On Friday, we went to go see a show at Pianos. It was really fun. I love when I get pictures from a night out and they all have like this like purple hue on it. I think it's so fun. Then the next day, I wrote Sunday. I don't know why I did that, but it looks really cute, so I'm not gonna change it. My friend had a bunch of us meet her in Prospect Park, and she asked us to be her bridesmaids for her wedding next year. It was so exciting. She is the second of my college friends that will be getting married in 2026, and the second wedding I'll be in for those college friends, so it's gonna be a really fun year. And she's having a destination wedding, so we're so excited. I'm like so stoked. But yeah, that was my May, and it was just a really fun month with a lot of really great stuff, a lot of fun events to journal about. So yeah, I think it went pretty well. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.